I've summed up my 5 takeaways and thoughts about this book in this video. I highly recommend you to read the original book of the author. Please share with me your opinion about this book in the comments below. American Bonds: How Credit Markets Shaped a Nation by Sarah Quinn is a thought-provoking and insightful book that explores the history of credit markets in the United States. The author takes the reader on a journey through time, exploring how credit markets have evolved over the past 2 centuries and how they have shaped the nation in the process. The book begins by examining the early days of the American economy and how credit markets were first established. Quinn explores how early lenders, such as private banks and merchants, provided credit to individuals and businesses, and how this helped to spur economic growth and development. As the book progresses, Quinn delves deeper into the history of credit markets in America, exploring how they were impacted by major events such as the Civil War, the Great Depression, and World War II. She also examines the role that credit markets played in shaping social and political issues, such as segregation and discrimination. One of the most interesting aspects of American Bonds is the way in which Quinn connects the history of credit markets to contemporary issues. For example, she explores how the subprime mortgage crisis of the 2000s was rooted in a long history of discriminatory lending practices and a lack of regulation in the financial industry. Throughout the book, Quinn provides a wealth of historical detail and analysis, while also making the material accessible to readers who may not have a background in economics or finance. She draws on a wide range of sources, including archival materials, government reports, and interviews with experts in the field. Overall, American Bonds is a must-read for anyone interested in the history of credit markets in America and the ways in which they have shaped the nation. It is a fascinating and engaging book that offers a new perspective on the role of finance in American history. American Bonds examines the role of credit markets in shaping the American economy and society over the course of 2 centuries. The author explores how credit markets were established in the early days of the American economy and how they evolved over time to become a critical component of the nation's financial system. By tracing the development of credit markets and their impact on the economy, the author demonstrates how credit markets have played a significant role in shaping American history. The book also highlights the various social and political issues that have been shaped by credit markets, including segregation, discrimination, and inequality. Overall, American Bonds provides a unique perspective on the history of the United States, showing how credit markets have played a crucial role in shaping the nation's economic and social landscape. American Bonds delves into the early days of the American economy and explores how credit markets were established. The author examines how private banks and merchants provided credit to individuals and businesses, which helped to stimulate economic growth and development. The book also explores the rise of government involvement in credit markets, including the creation of the Federal Reserve System, which was established to stabilize the banking system and ensure the availability of credit during times of economic stress. Additionally, the author looks at the role of credit markets in promoting technological innovation and entrepreneurship, which has been a driving force behind American economic growth. By examining the history of credit markets in the United States, American Bonds provides a unique perspective on the ways in which the availability of credit has influenced the nation's economic development. American Bonds draws connections between the history of credit markets and contemporary issues such as the subprime mortgage crisis. The author argues that the crisis was rooted in a long history of discriminatory lending practices and a lack of regulation in the financial industry. The book explores how lenders targeted vulnerable communities, such as minority groups and low-income individuals, with high-risk loans that were often unaffordable. The author also examines the role of credit rating agencies and investment banks in the crisis, and how their actions contributed to the collapse of the housing market and the broader financial system. By highlighting the historical roots of the subprime mortgage crisis, American Bonds provides insight into the ways in which credit markets can be used to exploit vulnerable populations, and the need for stronger regulation to prevent future crises. American Bonds explores the impact of major events such as the Civil War, the Great Depression, and World War II on credit markets and their development. The book examines how these events shaped the role of credit markets in the American economy and society. For example, the author discusses how the Civil War led to the creation of national banks and the issuance of government bonds to finance the war effort, which helped to establish the federal government as a key player in credit markets. Similarly, the book examines how the Great Depression led to the creation of new regulatory agencies, such as the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) and the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation (FDIC), to prevent future financial crises. Finally, the book looks at the impact of World War II on credit markets, including the government's use of war bonds to finance the war effort and the growth of consumer credit as a result of increased economic activity. By exploring the impact of these major events on credit markets, American Bonds provides a comprehensive understanding of the historical context that has shaped the development of credit markets in the United States. American Bonds provides a detailed historical analysis of credit markets in the United States, drawing on a wide range of sources to make the material accessible to readers with varying levels of expertise in economics or finance. The author uses historical detail and analysis to provide insight into the ways in which credit markets have shaped the American economy and society over the course of 2 centuries. The book covers a broad range of topics, from the establishment of early credit markets to the role of credit markets in contemporary issues such as the subprime mortgage crisis. The author also examines the impact of major events such as the Civil War, the Great Depression, and World War II on credit markets and their development. Throughout the book, the author provides a clear and engaging narrative that highlights the key themes and issues in the history of credit markets. Overall, American Bonds is an accessible and informative work that provides a unique perspective on the history of the United States through the lens of credit markets. Thank you for your interest in this book. Please leave your feedback on these thoughts in the comments below, or just put a like on this video. It will help me stay motivated and make more videos like this. In the description of this video, you may find links where you can purchase this book.